started. My name is Christy Weintraub. I'm the junior high counselor here at the secondary campus. We thank y'all for coming tonight, and I know there was a reschedule with the basketball game last night, and they won, so now there's another basketball game, so that's exciting. What we're talking about today, our 8th graders got to experience in person last Monday. We had something called a CTE fair, and all of these boards that are around the room, the CTE teachers set up the boards, but they had an interactive station that went along with their course for all the students to kind of experience and see what the course is all about. We have one of our CTE teachers here. Miss Yates is here. She runs our business pathway and the coffee shop. That's part of that pathway. She is here, so if you have any questions on that, you're welcome to talk with her. We also have our fire science here, so there will be some questions for him to answer if you guys are interested in anything with that. My portion of tonight is just kind of what is high school all about. What is required to graduate. Here's Coach Couch. She's another CTE teacher. She does our health science pathway and athletic trainer. So what I'm going to talk about is what we need your students to accomplish by the time they finish their senior year. And we would like them to have experience in to get ready to go to post-secondary life, either college, career, or if they decide to do military. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what we have. This is what we have at the moment. This is not concrete yet. Things are always changing. We actually changed from Miss Carol and I went to a meeting at Lone Star and Tomball last week, and we've already decided we need to make a change for a course for next year to fit our early college high school. So this is what we kind of have at the moment, but it is changing as we get more opportunities for our kids. Nothing's going away. We're adding to, I guess you could say. Okay, so the first thing with high school are graduation requirements. A student is required to have 26 or more credits to graduate, and they must pass all of the state EOC exams. Right now there is 5, but by the time your kiddo gets to their sophomore year, there will only be 4. The state is taking away English 2. So pros and cons, we don't really know yet. Taking away, we think is a pro, but you always have that kind of fear dangling that something might be coming in its place. We don't know yet. So there could, but right now, we think they're only going to have 4 exams to pass. Algebra 1 biology and U.S. history. As we get into early college high school with Miss Carol, you will notice all of these are going to be opportunities for the student to earn college credit in. Each student must also earn something called a CCMR point. That stands for College Career Military Readiness. College readiness, the student proves that by SAT scores, ACT scores, or something called the TSIA-2 test. This is the new SAT. Like when I was in high school, that was the big test to get into college to show if you were ready. This is a new one. We have access to give this here on campus at any time, so we like the TSI test. And we actually have our students taking a test to prepare them for that, or taking a course to prepare them for that exam. We also have career readiness. This means that a student has to earn a certification in one of those industry-based courses like welding or being a certified medical assistant or a personal trainer. Military readiness is if one of our students decides to enlist in one of the branches of service. But those are the different graduation requirements. This is all on our website if anybody wants to reference it, but I'm also going to post this presentation on our website as well so you can reference it if you have questions, and of course please reach out anytime. So our sequence of courses for our English courses, you have English 1, 2, 3, and 4. Starting next year, all of these courses will be offered at the college level as well, correct?
They currently are already offered, yes.
Okay. so they can double up on high school credit and earn college at that time as well. Our math courses, if your student is already in Algebra 1, they're going to be going into geometry next year. If they're in 8th grade math, they'll be starting at Algebra 1. If you would like your student to get on a more advanced pathway, they can take Algebra 1 and geometry next year as a freshman together. This is part of our ever-changing scheduling. Our goal is to get more advanced math next year and have calculus offered. Fingers crossed. We have, I know y'all like that. Yeah, and it's a need. I mean, it's a need, especially.
Are you saying that you're possibly?
Yeah,
yes.
We're working on that. We have a,
because of the courses that we have had that have been offered for on-ramps. So we did the college algebra on-ramps. We've done the college algebra pre-cal. So we have a whole slew of kids that are ready for that calculus.
just kind of, it's like grandfathered in, I guess you
Will
can
it
say.
be a in-house calculus, or we're just gonna?
We're
we have
hoping
a
for an
calculus
in-house
before.
calculus. We have a volunteer.
Okay.
We're just not sure if it will work out schedule-wise, if there's enough availability in their course load to offer that. So we just kind of have to see. We're doing course selection before spring break, so we'll have more information or more knowing how many are interested in it after that.
Would that be like junior level, or is it?
Calculus would be senior
Senior
level.
Senior level?
Okay, and then science, we, all of our 9th graders take biology. Then they can either go into IPC or chemistry. Then there's other sciences for advanced science for physics, plant science, animal science, anatomy and physiology, and forensic science. A lot of these courses, once you get to your higher level, kind of match up with pathways, with which we're going to talk about in just a second. But you don't have to be in that pathway to take one of the courses. I think that's one of the common misconceptions that we've been hearing, is that I can't take that course because I'm not in the health science pathway, or I'm not in the business pathway, and that's not true. You can take a course even if you're not in that pathway if you have all the prerequisites for it. Like anatomy and physiology, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Couch, you have to have chemistry and biology, right? Or just biology?
Just biology.
Just biology. So as long as you have biology, you can take that course. Social studies, we got world geography, world history, U.S. history, government and economics. All of these, again, are going to be offered for college level credit as well. Our early college high school has really brought in those college credits for students if they feel ready to take those. And we'll talk about that more with Ms. Carroll in just a second. Athletics, this is something that's been added to our student handbook. If a student is interested in being athletic in the athletics period, which is scheduled within the day, they must participate in 2 sports. So if they want to play football, they must play something else like track, baseball, basketball, tennis, golf.
And they just have cheerleading?
We do have cheerleading at the moment. We don't know if that course will continue on next year. Possibly. It just depends on, we are limiting our schedule next year. We're going from 9 periods to 8 periods. So we're not sure if that course is going to make or not. And this is all in for athletics. Coach Hodges, when we do a high school night, he goes into this with athletics. So this is kind of what we're talking about tonight with CTE and programs of study. So endorsements consist of a related series of courses. So a student can take 4 credits of business courses, 4 credits of AV production courses, 4 credits of health science, 4 credits of ag, plant, animal, or ag mech, which is like the welding. All of these are grouped together by interest or skills. A certificate can be earned at the completion of each program of study, and this will show for graduation that a student is career ready. We like students to identify a program of study going into their 9th grade year, but it is not required that they stay with that program all through their high school career. Now, When they become juniors and they've already completed 2 levels, we highly discourage them from changing their program of study because you don't have enough time to complete that program. Their freshman year is the year to kind of explore. If you have a student that is kind of interested in business and kind of interested in ag, they need to go to start both pathways. And then once they go through that principles course and see which one they like more, narrow it down starting their sophomore and junior year. These are our programs of study, or the state of Texas programs of study. A student can earn an endorsement in STEM, business and industry, arts and humanities, public service, or multidisciplinary studies. Now, in my next slide, I don't have STEM on here, but STEM is basically 4 years of science or 4 years of math, with one of those years being an advanced math or science course. So students can earn an endorsement in STEM, but they do not get an industry-based, they're called IBCs. You don't get an industry-based certification. So if you want to complete the STEM pathway, your student has to show college readiness. That is done in many different ways and definitely attainable if you're doing the STEM pathway, because you're going to be in some college courses. And by completing those college courses, you've shown that you're college ready. So our first pathway with certifications is the business and industry pathway. The 4 years or the 4 credits for the business management program. Freshmen start out taking principles of business with Ms. Yates. They go in entrepreneurship 1, then business management, and then their practicum, which is 2 class periods their senior year. This is working in our coffee shop here, but we're also branching out to other businesses in the community where students can go out and work in the community as part of that course. Digital communications or AV production. Their freshman year, they take principles of AV production. This is one of those programs that in the gym, she had this big video set up. If you've gone to a girls' basketball game, she did the entrance video, the students in that class did, and it's amazing. Their sophomore year, they take AV Production 1, and then their junior year, they're actually taking 2 courses in 1 year, and it's called the AV Production Lab. So they'll have AV Production 2 as a course, along with AV Production Lab, and they actually complete that pathway as juniors. Animal science is part of our ag pathway. The first course is Principles of Ag. They then, if they want to focus on animal science, take small animal management in the fall and then equine science in the spring. Their junior year is livestock production and then advanced animal science. The agriculture technology, this would be the welding. So principles of ag is first, just like animal science. So if your student's interested in ag, as long as they take principles of ag their freshman year, their sophomore year, they branch out into the more specific areas of ag. So their sophomore year is ag mechanics, and then they have structures and design, and then their senior year, they're out in the welding shop for 2 class periods. Plant science is principles of ag. Then horticulture, floral design, and advanced plant science. So there's 3 different pathways you can take within the agriculture science that we have here. Public service. This, our health science pathway, first starts out with principles of health science, then they take med terminology, anatomy, physiology, and Kinese 1 and Kinese 2, which is combined. Okay, this is where our athletic trainers are, and they are working with Coach Couch and our athletes and making sure they have the skills they need to help our athletes, especially if they're doing some sort of rehab or if they're injured. You probably see all the ladies down on the field during football games, but this is their pathway. One of our more popular ones. The next pathway under this one is diagnostic and therapeutic. It's principles of health science, med term, anatomy and physiology, and pathophysiology. When a student finishes this, the industry-based certification is a certified medical assistant, And then I forgot to say on this one, this is a certified personal trainer. So when a student finishes this, they can graduate high school with a personal trainer certificate and go get a job, which I know is great for parents to hear. They're ready to go to work. And this is a certified medical assistant, which is one of those really high need in the industry, so they could enter the workforce right away as soon as they graduate. Our fire science pathway starts with principles of law, public safety, corrections, and security. Second course is disaster response, anatomy and physiology, and then they take a practicum in law, public safety, corrections, and security, and it's 2 class periods. Well, they'll be working with our volunteer fire department.
They don't get any certifications for that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What do they get?
What is the certification that they would get?
Structure Fire 1. Structure Fire 1, and then all you need to do is get your EMT medical, and you can hire into a paid fire department. And it's not bad money. Right now, College Station's somewhere between 52 and 56 a year, depending on what level you certify at. So it's not
That
too
is
bad
good.
money.
Yeah, for right out
And the
of
nice
high
thing
school.
about that is that in a paid fire department, it's not, 8 to 5, 40 hours a week, it's broken up. You might go 3, you're off 4, you're on 4, you're off 3. So, they break it up pretty good.
Our multidisciplinary studies, this is one that kind of is like a catch-all. So you have to, you can take electives from each one of those pathways. Electives are the courses in these programs of study, along with some others, and I'm going to show you on the screen as well in just a second. But in order to have the multidisciplinary, you do not earn that IBC, so you won't be career ready. You have to show that you're college ready. And you show you're college ready by taking that TSI A2 and scoring a certain point. SAT, ACT, this right here, if they take 3 hours of dual credit hours in English or math, it shows that they're college ready. They can also show college ready with dual credit if they just take 9 hours that aren't English or math. So that could be your government, your economics, your U.S. history. Those would count as the 9 hours of dual credit there. And if they score certain things on on-ramps and AP exams. So a lot of our students are on the advanced academic pathways. They're earning their CCMR point through this method. Okay, so that's the multidisciplinary route that a lot of our kids, especially with early college, high school, will probably be following. These are the electives that we have. We have fine arts, we have art, theater, marching band, technical theater, ceramics, floral design. Our PE credits are lifetime fitness in high school, or if they choose to do athletics. LOTE is language other than English, so it's going to be Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, which are graduation requirements, so all of our students have to take Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. All of the courses in our pathways, there's also wildlife management, debate, yearbook, robotics, sports medicine 1 and 2, and our seniors that have completed all their credits and have holes in their schedule so they can still participate in athletics. It can also be a teacher's aide if they choose to be. We have lots of teacher's aides, which we're very thankful for. But these are just the different electives that students can take. With us going down next year to 8 class periods instead of 9, this will be a little different with us doing a 4-year plan with our 9th graders coming in. You're going to see less of filler courses and more concentrated on what they need in order to get those credits to graduate. And it gives our class time more time. So our minutes in our class are shorter right now, but next year they'll be longer, which we're all excited about. That's all I have for our programs of study and CTE. But if you have any questions, I encourage you to ask your kiddo about last Monday and them walking through the gym and what they saw and what they were interested in. We are doing course selections before spring break, which is just 2 weeks. Ms. Neenstead and I were at Region 6 today getting our course selection ready. We have done course selection by paper in the years past. This year, all course selection is going to be done through the student portal, which is where you monitor grades. But soon you will see an icon or a little heading on the side that's going to say course request. Once those are ready to go, your student will be choosing their courses. Ms. Neensted's already been kind of working with juniors and seniors a little bit to kind of figure out what they need. And then we'll be doing our 5th graders coming to 6th grade, and I'll be meeting with all of our junior high, 6th, 7th, and 8th in one of their classes to make sure that we are selecting the correct courses for our course selection before spring break. We might not sleep, but our courses are going to be selected before spring break. It's a goal, and we're going to meet it. Does anybody have any questions about any of these pathways or anything with electives or graduation requirements? Graduation for myself many years ago, this is very different, especially, and then when we get into college and talking about credits and things like that, so different from what I remember being in. Maybe I did know those things, but I was just enjoying life at that time. So I don't know, but
Talk about practicums.
Sure.
You wanted to explain what that is?
No.
Okay.
Go
All
ahead.
right,
Yes.
so I know that on one of the slides it
Oh,
was
I
talking
know.
about the practicums. So like when you get into those upper level courses, like fire science is one of the pathways. One of our health science pathway is we've partnered with the clinic here in town.
The DeBose.
Yeah, the DeBose here in town. So when you reach that point where you have a practicum, you could go off campus to get that experience. So like that's for like the fire science.
Almost like an internship.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And the practicums can be paid, they can be unpaid, but it gives them that field experience of what it is. Yes,
Sorry,
Coach.
to add to that, with the kinesiology's personal training certified, I have already reached out to the Allers, about getting an internship with them and
At
a
the
new
gym?
gym that they are building here in town as well. So that is, in the works as well with the kinesiology pathway, in that ICD as well. And so they're on board, that's for fresh.
Hey, nice.
College.
We, them talking about practicums, I think I might have deleted a slide. There were a ton of animations on my presentation. I was like, I got rid of those, but I think I accidentally deleted. We have an education pathway or a child development pathway as well. If a student is interested in working in education as a teacher or in childcare, we have that pathway as well, and they finish with a certification for being like a teacher's assistant or working in a daycare. So that pathway is on here too, but I either skipped through the slide or accidentally deleted it yesterday when I was cleaning things up. But education is on here as well, and our partnership is with the Owl's Nest and the Allers as well. They can go work there. Yep. All right,
Want to say anything?
You want me to say something?
go for it, yeah.
I can. Okay, so this is not new to Shiloh Fire Department because we've been doing this for about 4 years now. I've put a lot of our fire department firefighters through Structural Fire 1. All they need to really do right now, if they wanted to go full time to a paid fire department, is go get their EMT and go get a job. Okay, but they haven't done that yet because they're working. But on the flip side of that, we've done juniors. I have a junior here that's sitting over there now, Evan. We have six juniors right now that we're teaching. But to back up a little bit, 2 years ago, we had 5 juniors. One of them moved away from here. She was already certified through us, okay, as a structured firefighter 1. She moved to Midland. She went through Midland College over there and decided to go take her TCFP, which is Texas Commission on Fire Protection. And she called me, she said, "Chief, I passed it." So she is actually certified as could hire her in right now. She's coming back here, going to teach, taking her EMT, and then she's gonna apply for the fire department in this area. 15 years old, okay? Now, she won't be able to start until after her senior year, but when you're 18, you can hire on, and what a career. you know? So to back up just a little bit or go forward, a lot of people don't understand what the fire service is. Kevin does, Martha does, because they're into it with us a lot. Okay? But just for an idea of what we do as far as development, Section 1, youth development and behavior, leadership, teamwork, responsibility, community service, work ethics, department values, department organization duties, fire prevention and safety outreach, file documentation, run reports, computer database submittal. So just that much of it right there, you're not gonna get that unless you go hire in someplace and become a secretary or an executive to have to do all that stuff. So Section 2, technical skills, learning objective, fire behavior, first aid, CPR, BLS, stop the bleed. Our fire department pays for that, okay? You need to be certified in CPR and BLS. We do that. You're not any good to us unless you know what CPR is and how to stop the bleed, okay? Fire extinguishers, rehabilitation, fire department communications, that's radios and dispatch. Personal protective unit, how do you put your fire protection gear on? How do you take it off? How do you clean it? Apparatus, all the fire trucks, what are they? What do they do? Where's all the equipment? What does that equipment do? Nozzles, heligans, axe, whatever, okay? Pipe pulls. Equipment maintenance. So if you wanted to actually work on a vehicle in a paid fire department, if you've got the maintenance background and what they call engineer, operator engineer, you don't have to go into fire because you're a driver and you can work on the trucks, okay? Water supply and operations, ropes and knots. Ropes and knots, very helpful when you've got to get somebody off a scaffold that's 30, 40 feet in the air, okay? There's only 2 fire departments in Grimes County that can do, I take that back, 3. Navasota, us, and Cod Mission are the only certified people that can do high angle rescue. Because we're certified, we took it upon ourselves to do it, so we got certified. Every one of our fire department, or firefighters in Shiro know how to do it. Little Ray Lynn, 14 years old, 40 feet up there, I'm not going up there, chief. Yes, you are. I'm not gonna do it. Jeremy took her up there, and 7 times later, hey, can I go again? Can I go again? So it builds on you, I mean, unless you, please come and observe us, and you don't know if you can do this. You don't really know if you want to be a firefighter, but you have to experience everything, and we're open. You can come any Thursday night and watch us perform, and maybe get your hands dirty and see if you like it or not. Section 2, okay. Equipment setup, thermal imaging camera, forceful entry, second floor victim search. Okay, how do you get into a fire and get somebody out? It's not like Chicago Fire. If you're seeing that on TV and Active 911 or whatever it is over there, that's TV. That's not how it happens. Some of it does, but not all of it. Confined space rescue, fire extinguishers, again, hose training, foam training. We have foam trucks that actually spray out foam and not water. Ventilation, how do you get the smoke out of the building? Rescue and packaging, when we've got a victim that we need to ship out on or transport on a chopper, we need to know how to package them on the board so we can ship them out safely. Multiple story fire simulation, bailout system, and then all of that, we give skills and we give a written test. Any skill that we do or anything that we teach in the classroom, we go out and actually perform it to make sure that you understand this is how it's supposed to be done, this is how we do it, and this is how we do it safely. Okay? So right now we're at about 4th chapter, something like that, with these juniors. And we're starting in hoses and how do you find your way out of a building if you can't see to come out? Mm-hmm. Follow the hose. Okay, well, how do you follow the hose? And we teach you how to do that. So, questions? I'll be here for a little bit. If you want to come up, I've got some information here. And you can talk to Evan or you can talk to Jeremy. If Jeremy can do it, anybody can do it.
Thank you.